don't know what happened. I talked to her that night. Yes, she called me 3 times. I talked to her that night. We just talked. It was just normal shit. How did she have all that going on, doing all that, and, you know, all y'all are talking about is the horses and you know, that kind of shit. I'm fucking scared.
Because there was nothing going on. Yeah. Because there was nothing going on.
I didn't tell her nothing. She didn't tell me nothing.
Yeah, because there was nothing going on.
My fucking eyeballs are running that plumb out on the stem, baby.
I know it. I know. I know you were scared to death, and so am I.
Like I told Bobby. But Bobby, I didn't do anything, so why? Baby, are you sure the house is clean?
Baby, there's nothing in the house. I'm telling you, there's nothing in that house. Manny took his investigator through that. We went through that entire house. There's nothing in that house. Nothing. I can assure you, there's nothing in that house. And here's the thing of it is, there was no gun. There was no gun.
What makes you so sure that the cops didn't find anything?
Because there was no gun there.
Well, I don't mean just mean gun. I mean anything, everything. I mean the whole, you know, blood, whatever.
Because there was none. The 2 pictures that he says that they have, which they had them marked on the wall. I mean, you could see where that they sprayed everything. Technically, there was 3 pictures. There was one right inside my front door, because they had tape up, and you could see where that they had sprayed the wall. And it was like little sticky notes with like little numbers on it. And the marks are still there on the wall. I mean, they're very blatant. You could tell it's where somebody, like a dog, has come through and shook. I mean, you know, they're tiny. I mean, we're talking the size of a lead in a pencil. You know, that unless you don't see them on the wall, and if it hadn't been for the tape on the wall, I mean, you know, to pinpoint it, you know, off, and you could see the stuff that they sprayed on the wall, you know, to eliminate quote blood. Manny's guy came in. There's nothing there. They sprayed right up inside the basement door that comes up into my dining room. They sprayed that table. They sprayed the floor. They sprayed the door. They sprayed that. There's a piece that comes out. It's like a built-in cabinet and stuff there. They sprayed all that. They sprayed the floor. There was nothing on there. Nothing. Then they sprayed downstairs in the basement. There's a wall that separates, that kind of goes down there, that where you go around and go down the hall to the bedroom and the bathroom and all that kind of stuff. And then there's it's like where the stairwell goes down. They sprayed that entire wall. They sprayed the bar top, and they sprayed the floor all down there. There's nothing on it, nothing illuminated. But that's what they're talking about. That's the 3 places that they're talking about. And there was nothing on it, because we were in there on Sunday. There was nothing there.
Was there anything in the 3 phone conversations about any of that? You and I.
What 3 phones?
That night that they're talking about, that July the 3rd, that we talked 3 times, which to them was so out of the ordinary.
No.
What did we talk about?
We talked about fucking.
Which is our normal conversation.
Which is our normal conversation.
And
the
I'm
grandkids
and it.
Yeah. And Ella and Addie were coming, and you know, I was going to Lake Lanier the next day, and said, oh, you were going up to the lake with Andrea. That's all we talked about.
And that's what I said.
That's all we talked about.
Where are you?
But I honestly, in my gut feeling, I think that you are the only one that they've been able to, quote, talk to. They're not talking to anybody else, as far as I know. I mean, they could be talking to Chris and Scott every damn day, for all I know. But that's what I'm thinking, is that you are the only one that they're talking to, and they're trying to scare you into saying, hey, she did it. I mean, that's what Manny said. Do you trust him? I said, I trust him with my life. He said, then okay. He said, then...
Baby, do you know who did it? Who killed him?
No, I do not. No.
I mean, somebody killed him.
No. No.
Who could have done it?
I don't know. I mean, Chad said today, he said, Melody, Amanda and I on our way to go get pizza and coming home from getting pizza last night. He said, you know, we did it as outside person looking in, you know. He said, I'm not going to sit here and tell you that Scott did it. He said, but there's too many peculiarities when it comes to Scott. There's too many. But Manny's right. You're the only one that's talking to him still. So I don't know whether he told Bobby not for you all not to talk to them anymore.
No, I haven't talked back to Bobby yet.
I had wondered.
Maybe do you think if Scott did it, that would you have not heard it? Known it? I mean,
okay, let me tell you this, and you tell me whether this is correct or not. Back some time ago, we had a goat that had to be put down. She had given birth. I had worked and worked and worked with her, and I finally got the little baby delivered, and of course it was stillborn. Well, she never really quit bleeding and, you know, whatever. And she was, I mean, you know, and Scott put her down. And he told me he was going to put her down. And I said, oh, let me leave. Let me, before you do that. I don't want to be here when you do that. Well, later on, he came over there and he said, well, I'm fixing to do away with that goat. And I said, you didn't put her down. He said, I walked up and put the gun right up to her. He said, and that way there is no noise. True or not true?
I have no idea. I have never done that. So I don't know.
Well, we're not going to Google it.
No. No, I have never done that.
So that's what makes me wonder. Of course, now, on the flip side to that, there was enough fireworks and stuff going off that night into, well after midnight. And probably they were still going off at 1 o'clock in the morning. People shooting fireworks and stuff. Now, if I'm upstairs in, like, my, you know, the upstairs bathroom, you know, and stuff, you can't hear anything up there.
Well, do you know where you were when you talked to me?
Upstairs.
I was in bed. I know where I was at.
Right. No, because I had taken the sheets off of Ella and Addie's, the big bed up there, because when Emily and Amanda and them, when Emily and Chris and Olivia had been there, I had slept upstairs, me and the dogs had. So, and I had just made that bed back. And I had gone up there and had stripped off the sheets and had put clean sheets. I was putting clean sheets and stuff on the bed up there. Of course, I was nasty from being outside, all day working and stuff. I had, took a bath up there. I mean, I vacuumed upstairs, all that kind of stuff. Of course, Manny still believes that there is no gunshot. He thinks that that's all coming from the fact that Scott told him there was a missing gun. Which Manny wanted to know. He said, have they asked in any of this time to see any of your guns?
No. They just asked if I knew that all of my guns were in place, and I said, yes, they are. And they are. I've checked every one of them.
Right. He said if they had thought that there was a gunshot, he said they would be taking his guns and at least looking at them. I said, well, they're doing a good job of scaring the shit out of us.
Ain't that the truth? I can't even fucking breathe.
Oh, I don't think I breathed from the time that you
Good day to
called
have
and
your
said you were
heart
going
checked,
down.
isn't it?
Seriously. Hell, I think we're having ours checked on How did they end it? I'm asking all these questions so when I talk to Manny again that I can tell him what did they, Did they just get up and walk out? What did they do?
They said they would see me soon.
How were they dressed today?
Polo shirts.
Okay. Were they the Cherokee County ones?
Yeah, it's the same two guys.
Okay. Well, I didn't know whether they would have on just,
Well, last time they had on suits. These were polo.
Right.
Oh yeah, they had like an embroidered badge, I guess, on their polo shirts.
Right. But like they said, Melody, that's not how they do things. I said, Manny, I'm not used to doing this. He said, you need to calm down. I said, oh, there is no calm in this, Manny. I said, but he said, before when they went up there, did they tell him that they were coming? And I said, yeah, because he had it set up to meet at the lawyer's office. He said, and this time they just showed up out of the blue, and I said, it's my understanding that they did. He said, but they went to his lawyer's office first. I said, yeah. Is that correct?
To me, all this just doesn't, it doesn't seem, I understand a scare tactic, but it doesn't seem right for them to lie about all of this stuff. I mean, why would they have, say they put the stuff on the wall and it had been cleaned up and there was blood there, and say that, there was here's a picture of a rib with a bullet in it, that he'd been shot. I mean, I don't understand.
Right. Well, he said that, well, of course, now, LeBrian, of course, he used to be a cop, and, of course, now he's been, he's